Hey guys, welcome back to Angel Angela, and on this topic I wanted to talk to you guys about the hive mind and how the narcissist uses the hive mind to come after you, to take energy from you, and then it's like, I gotcha, and you're thinking, why did I deserve this? What's going on? Was anything real? And they just took energy from you because you reacted. You tried to revenge them, or, and right when you try to revenge them, something happens to you. And then it's like they're proud of themselves, especially when they have that hive mind where they have lower narcissists around them, and they're like the head narcissist. The whole time they're devaluing all of these people. So you're thinking the hive mind, all these people around them are the enemies. And then you realize, no, why is the narcissist still around these people? Once you are alone and the narcissist leaves you alone and literally pushes you away from everyone that the hive mind that you were actually even connected to, you start to see like, well, why are they sticking around? Why can't we drift off, and live happily ever after? We're living in this fairy tale world, right? And we're not seeing the hive mind because we're in it while we're with them. We're getting out of our hive mind mentality with other people in our lives, our family, friends. You're growing apart from people. You're connecting to new people. You're changing. So you realize the hive mind of the people that you might have left behind and how they want a part of your future, or you bring them around people that are different, but people that you trust because they're in your circle when you're leveling up. And the people that you came up with are like, I don't like this person, and it's only because they feel uncomfortable around that person, and it's something within them because you were once like them. So how could they not carry that same independence for themselves, where they don't have to envy anyone? So the narcissist is very envious, so they have to be the one, getting all the attention. And even if they play around with you, they secretly want to destroy you. So when you realize that all of the people the narcissist has talked to you about is actually people that know who the narcissist is, they know that the narcissist is using them. But they're using the narcissist as well because they're actually in a lower level than the narcissist consciously. They consciously know the narcissist has evolved, but into a greater narcissist than them. So they respect it, and they use the hive mind to learn things about that narcissist. This is why that narcissist feels undefeated, because they feel like I will never let these people see me down, even when I am. The reason the narcissist does this is because they feel as if, wherever you go, the hive mind is going to follow you. That's what you don't know. So even if you level up, if you leave those people, they're going to do the same procedure that we did to you. It's going to start all over again. If you cross them, if they feel like they've been crossed, if they feel like, you're not spending enough time with them, they'll start to treat you, devalue you slowly. This is where, the empath realizes that they're alone, that no matter how close they get to people, they're alone. So it's like, once you become alone, it's like you're fighting this battle with the devil. So they rely on the empath to build them up secretly. They pretend like, they're your queen or your king, and they pretend that they're there to support you and build you up as a person. But in actuality, they're using this hive mind, to just take energy out of you, knowing that they've been bashing you behind others back, because to them it's like I'm making myself look valuable. It doesn't matter who I'm with. I could be with you, I could be with my ex, I could be with anyone. The whole purpose is to show the people around me that I'm never the type of person who stays single, and I'm always the person in control. So to them it's like, if I don't have anything else to show, I at least want to make people envious with my lifestyle and pretend that I'm living this great life, and everyone is worshiping me like I'm a king or a queen. So they want to keep that image. A lot of times they put on that facade. They put on that facade, but deep down inside they're always stressed. They're always looking out for themselves and watching their back, because they know that there's so much bad karma following them. They already know that they've been living. That's why they're upset. That's why they're angry. So as an empath, you tend to understand them, because you're a helper. You want to give, you want to, make people feel happy. You're that person that, wants everyone to get along and feels like, why shouldn't people get along and understand each other, and each other's flaws? But you don't know how sinister certain people are. You think that you can, say this motivation speech or something, and that's supposed to change them, and they're looking at you in the end like you just wasted your time. To the narcissist, it's like, I'm in this matrix alone, and I'm using this hive mind to stay safe. And you were part of that hive mind. And now that you're not, I don't trust you, because most people that wake up, or that they sense something in me, they wake up and try to destroy me. So you're telling the narcissist that you're different, you're nothing like them, but instead they still try to kill you. You just literally wasted your time. Like, the narcissist is looking at you like, why are you even talking to me? Why are you even texting me? Like, I don't want to hear this, because I already know what I do, and I already know that, what I did, and I already know why everyone jumped on you. You were my project, basically. I was going to do to you what I've done to others, and this is what gives me attention from others around me. And usually when it's like a narcissistic man, he wants the attention from the men around him, the men who, maybe have families. They're in a competition with men who are family men who might not be family men who are doing the same thing as them. A lot of times the men that are doing the same thing as them, they don't respect those men, even if they're doing the same thing as them, because in the narcissist's mind, they feel like, I'm different from them, I'm better than them, I'm smarter than them, even if we've made the same mistakes, and they don't care about that person. They only care about themselves. So to them, it's like, you don't have my mindset. A lot of times narcissistic women, get themselves in groups at church, many different groups of people, family, and even, men, they get narcissistic men around. Everyone knows what's going on, and they almost feel like, we'd rather have this narcissistic man than someone else, because at least the narcissist knows what's going on. The narcissist starts to show disrespect to the people around them, those people that like being around them, those lower grade narcissists that like, being around this person. And some of them might be even, worse than the narcissist, and they're just playing around with the narcissist, and the narcissist is so caught up in their own world that they don't even know that that person's worse than them, and that person's there to deliver them their karma. And then they'll have these crazy stories about, gathering together with their cult, with their little friends, and you're thinking to yourself, I thought you guys don't hang out, and they're like, oh, we never hang out, but I just chose to hang out with them that night. It was nothing to do, and they were bothering me, and I just want to keep the peace with them. They make it seem like they're not that close, and then you start to see the look on everyone's face, and you're like, I know that everyone is playing a game, and they're all in this together, and they pretend like they're not that close. Because I could see the look in their eyes when they look at each other, and the narcissist is trying to throw me off and tell me that the look that they gave them is something else. But I know exactly what it is. I know exactly what they're doing. I know exactly, I know body language. I know that they're having a whole conversation in their heads. And then they start goofing around, thinking that goofing around is supposed to throw you off. And if you get upset, it's something wrong with you. And now they start to gaslight you, And the narcissist, they'll embarrass you around the people that they're around. They'll bring people to you, and they'll have moments where they might be nice to you, but then they're like, okay, now I need to show you how I can treat this person. And if I can treat this person like this in front of you, imagine what I do behind closed doors. So don't you think that you can come over here controlling anything, because I control this situation. So you better stay away. Because if you don't, I feel like you're trying to break my world, because this person is living in my world now. Because they don't understand that in my world, there's no such thing as an us. They don't understand that yet, but they will eventually. I mean, they might have to bump their heads. I don't know. They might have to keep staring at me in my eyes until they realize that the look in my eyes is really hate. Like real hate. And it doesn't matter if you say, oh, I didn't do anything. Please don't do anything to me. To the narcissist, it's like, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I don't care. You don't even exist to me. You're not even real. You're not even a real person to me. This is like a show. I'm just acting. I'm just doing whatever I want to do. And I don't care about your feelings. So they wait to bring you around those people. And what's so crazy a lot of times is that they'll do little stunts. And when they do little stunts, most of the time the people around them will go straight to them, like try to get them, calm them down. Instead of coming to you, they'll come to them trying to calm them down, because they already know that they're the problem. So on this footage, you guys, I'm going to show you an example. This is from my experience of dealing with these type of people and staying clear from them, because this is something that they like that energy. They continue that energy with other people, and that's how you know that they're the problem. They're like, I don't hear that other person arguing. I hear you. I hear that person telling you, why are you doing this to me? I hear that person telling you, I love you. What did I do wrong? So that pisses the narcissist off. That just pisses them off even more, you saying that. To them, it doesn't process in their mind the same. It just like, you're pissing me off now. I don't want to hear that. You're living in a fairy tale world. And the people around them will, try to calm them down sometimes, or speak common sense into them. But a lot of times there's a moment where you realize that they're the actual ones controlling everyone. And those moments where people actually save you, or it looks like they're under a spell and they want to tell you something, or they give you a hint, or they just don't want to get involved, but you know there's something there. Some people might even flat out tell you the truth, like, stay away from this person. And they're my sibling, but I'm trying to teach them something, but they don't appreciate it. When you've already been there, you're trying to tell them, hey, being with you, this is where it got me. Hey, at least you still have this or that. And they're like, oh, it's never going to happen to me. And these people will come back to you and they'll apologize and they'll go through hurdles, but sometimes they just don't want you to know. They'd rather not let you know because they know you're never going to look at them the same once you know what they did. That's how narcissists are. But at the moment, because they feel like you're still they don't trust you, They only trusted you because they knew you didn't know what was going on. So to them, it's like, the more you know, now I'm going to embarrass you. Now I'm going to embarrass you because you know too much, you're talking too much. You just need to go back to being asleep and not knowing what's going on out here. That's better for you, right? And in a way, it's true. Sometimes it's better to know less, right? Sometimes it is. So you understand. But then there were lies. There were things that were causing you harm, and no, that person didn't care. There were so many other things. And once you start to realize all those moments and their actions, and you're suffering, and they're like, I don't care, deal with it on your own. And it's still not processing it. You're still not processing because you've never seen evil, and this person sold you a dream of a happily ever after, and you thought maybe, after the happily ever after, things just happen and things go back to being good. But that's not what the type of person you're dealing with. You're dealing with someone who is constantly talking to people behind your back, constantly talking bad about you behind your back. And then once you realize every time you felt like they were gossiping in the morning, that's what they woke up doing, was gossiping, you're like, oh, they are talking about me. Then someone walks in the room, or maybe children start telling you the truth. Sometimes children tell on people, and then you're like, oh, something's going on, and it's telling you, and then these people they're laughing, and now you're looking at their faces differently, because when they're laughing they look like clowns. You're like, look at this clown, look at his clown eyes, look at his clown smile. And then they know that they look like clowns, and now they're cheesing even more. They want you to be terrified, and they want you to know that if you try to seek justice, that on your own hands, and not just instead of letting the universe get them back to them, it's like, then it's going to be war, So that's how these people are. And then once that happens, it's like they want you to say something to them, and they're like, say something. They start talking in parables, and sometimes they're direct. But then they go back to talking in parables while they're talking to you, so that you can finally read between the lines. And they're like, if you could read between the lines, and you've woken up. You see it on both ends. And when that happens, and you say anything to them, and you're in their territory, a lot of times they'll call you over to their territory just so they can do something to you. And then they'll have the same people around that they were talking bad about jump on you. And I've seen it happen time and time again, where now it's kind of like scary, because it takes me back to when I realized this person was puppeting everyone, and certain people he was just mad at because they were likable too. So when I realized that, and I was like, wait, you're the one controlling everything, they literally looked at me and said, duh. And it finally hit me, and I was like, oh, I knew it was a game, but everyone was gaslighting me. And once you realize, no, these people were talking through their eyes, they're over here talking telepathically, gaining up on you, gang stalking you, trying to pass out your information to other narcissists to come get you. That's what they're known for, being in groups, going to bars, hanging around people younger than them, acting like they're younger than you, and doing all type of things. The narcissist is always creeping, always, evil does not rest. So to them, it's like, if I have to con you for years, I'll do just that. I'll lie to you. And everyone in my circle will play a role in my con, including my parent, especially my parents. And if they don't, I hate them. And if I hate them, I'm going to make a sob story that they did something to me and pretend to be an empath. And then if people figure out that I'm lying about that too, I'm just going to cut them off, because I need them to be on my side. So it's very strategic. They're always thinking like steps ahead, your reaction, A, B, and C, and they, at the end, they always make sure that the people around that are under their control, because they're around them all the time, and they're connected to those people, they make sure that those people gain up on you. It's like time and time again. Like I've said, I've seen with many women where, if you go to the narcissist territory, guess what? The whole family is going to jump on you. Their friend, or if you go and they're around their friends, guess what? They might have never hit you before, and now they're going to do it just in front of them, because now you're waking up and you're reacting emotionally. This is why, to anyone who's been through this or is going through this, when you feel all emotional, like, you have to take deep breaths and not forget that this war it's a mind war. And these people, once you make a move, they're going to make a move. But when they make a move, they're going to be real dirty. And like I said, it's time and time again. These people, they'll say all these things about them. They'll jump on you. And what's so crazy, even after these incidents, the narcissist will come back around and tell you, I can't control what people do. And I don't even get along with them like that. They're jealous of you. They're jealous of this. They're jealous of that. They're mad because I'm happy with you. They'll say all these things to you, and they're just lying, because they're actually telling these people stories about you that aren't true. They're literally telling people stories about you. The narcissist was telling people that I had got engaged behind his back, which was not true. And I don't even know why he would say something like that. So that's the type of stuff that they will do. They'll say things and you're not thinking that. You'll be with them for years not even knowing that they've been talking bad about you the whole time. You'll have moments where you're like, I think they are, or they're joking around, and you might start joking back with them because you feel like let me be part of the insider of whatever is going on. And really, there's an insider to the insider, and the joke's on you, And they're all goofing off and getting energy off of it. Even the people around them are getting energy when you're around, because even if they don't say anything bad, they're thinking about all the things the narcissist said, and it's fueling them, and it's making them feel like they have a bond with the narcissist, because they're holding the narcissist's secrets for them. They're their brother's keeper, So this is building their bond, just like trying to tell the narcissist new supply that, hey, you don't want to be around this person. They're fake. They say they hate the people around them, but they're lying. They're lying. That's their storyline. And then all of them do the same thing. They act like empaths. They tell stories, and they're all in it. The whole family. And, sometimes they get exposed because people are tired of the bad luck. So But at the end of the day, they'll sacrifice themselves. They'll jump on the line and do things to embarrass you. So, just like in a relationship, trying to tell the new supply this, it's just going to bond the narcissist closer. So even if you told the people around them, the narcissist does this to me, that to me, they're like, the narcissist already told me their version. So whatever, they already love bombed them. So your version doesn't even matter to them. This is why even when you're in the right and there's like, you're getting literally persecuted. You're literally getting crucified, y'all. Like, you'll get like crucified to the point where it's like these people want you dead in jail and mental hospital. They just want to destroy you. It will get to that point. And it's literally, just because they feel like, I believe this version of the story. It's like, it doesn't matter if your version it's facts. It doesn't matter if you have proof. It doesn't matter if you have proof. I'm still going to stick besides this person. And anytime you say something to try to make me feel bad and get on your side, I'm going to play oblivious, and I'm going to make up lies, and I'm going to repeat what this person told me. And I know that it's not true, but I'm going to repeat it to make you even more angry. And then if you get angry and you take off, then we can jump on you, and it's going to give us an excuse to say that it was you who started it, because we've drawn you in. We've told you to come to our territory. We already had the intention of fighting tonight. So this is why you can go to a narcissist's house, right? Whoever, family, friends, you can come with a bottle of champagne and fruit, and you're like, oh, I'm here. You guys invited me to have a good time, and you can stay positive. People can say things to you and you can stay positive, but they'll continue through the night until something happens in order to get to you. And these people, this is where they'll use that gang stalking mentality where now they're all gaining up on you, So I've always seen it in every relationship with narcissists, is that in the end, these are the people that, will criticize others and the people who are alone or loners in the world, or, people, they want people to question the empath and villainize the empath. And sometimes the empath is villainized because this person is hurt. And then the narcissist is surrounded with all these people, and they're all pretending to be good. They're pretending to be good, and they're acting like you're the crazy person, you're the problem, and they're not allowing their mask to slip. And then next thing you know, when you least expect it, they expose themselves. They can't even help themselves, or just something happens where now, they get back, the same energy they put out, just like we all do. And the universe shows it to you in front of your face, so a lot of times, the same people that threw sticks and stones at you and crucified you right along with the narcissist, all these people end up suffering as well. When it's their turn, they want you to feel sorry for them. And sometimes they even come back around you to get empathy from you, because you can relate to them, because the same person that hurt them hurt you, and they feel like they can relate to you. And then some of these people, treated you badly, and you still choose to, forgive them, but you realize that they're only there to satisfy their own needs and connect to you for, empathy. And if and sometimes it could be triggering when you might get in a disagreement with these type of people, because, they still have all of these suppressed emotions, and they can explode on you and put you in a position where now you're like, I thought I could have trusted you, and you did the same thing they did to me. And they're like, I don't care. They just don't care. So these people will, gang stalk you, gain up on you, and then, when it's their turn, they'll come back and gain up on you again. And you're thinking, you could forgive them, but you cannot forget, you guys. So, this is just the topic I wanted to talk to you guys about the narcissist and how they gang up on you with their crew, with their cult, with their families, with their friends, how they stick together, and how these people just stick together, and it doesn't matter who's right. It's very dangerous to be around them because you have to pay attention. It doesn't matter the stories the narcissist tells you. It's a whole con. These people are all wearing masks. They see through each other. They know what you're thinking of them, their family, their friends. They already know, that you're judging them when it comes to certain things. They already know these things. And they're playing the game real, smooth with you so that you can expose things, or they can get a reaction, or they want to see if you'll expose them, or if you're really naive to what's going on. So, be very careful when you're reacting off of emotion, because I'm telling you, the moment it's getting worse, the narcissist is going to want to have the people that, they've talked so badly about to actually imprint you by doing something to you, and that's gang up on you. So it's like a slap in the face, because these people will actually physically even try to abuse you, and the narcissist will sit there and laugh and tell them to do it, and, to them it's like, I'm doing the narcissist a favor, and that's just, how it's going. And later on, when you think about all the disrespect and how they lied to you, and then on top of that, they had these people literally whack you like they're in a gang, like they're in a gang. They're like, what you gonna do, come back for you, and you realize, wow, the narcissist really was controlling everything, and they're just competitive with the people around them about keeping their spot, whatever that is. Even if they're at the lowest spot, they, in their minds, as long as they have people around them, they don't care, because it's energy. So the moment that people do this to you, they feel like they just got energy, because they got people to talk bad about you, and then they got people to do something physically to you. So to the narcissist, that's power, that's energy. Like, I had power over these people's minds to do something to you, and now they're going to get their karma for doing that to you, but they're not even going to know it. And because I know everything, I'm getting all the energy out of it. This is why after they do what they do, you're sitting there crying, and they're like yelling at you, undermining you, acting like, I don't care, that I planned this out. And they're trying to intimidate the people around them to let them know, like, this is what I do, just to let you guys know everything I preach is real. What's so crazy about how the narcissist uses the hive mind in order to control people is that they use the hive mind. They use the internet. They use anything on the net, anything that catches people's attention, and they want it. Clothes, shoes, jewelry, music. They want to know what's attracting you, what's making the people who are in a deep sleep, what's making them, what about this is what is captivating about this? And then they learn word by word everything, so that when they get a chance to be around someone who's asleep, who's in Wonderland, they can come in, and then use the hive mind, use the people around them, connect you with them, connect their friends to your friends, I'll invite your friends, I'll invite mine. They use those things in order to connect to you, and the hive mind now becomes the people around you, because now people are paying attention to your emotions, and the narcissist is going to make you act out of control, out of yourself. just like they did with the people around them. They knew those people were out of themselves. They're focused on the wrong things, or focused on something. They have some type of tragedy, some type of pain, sorrow, and they hang on to those people and pretend, like they're good people in order to keep those people around. And to them, it's like, I'm going to use this hive mind, things that are influencing people, whether it's religion, make it seem like you're not living righteous and they're living righteous. And no matter how much you try to prove to these people, they feel like you already left the group. So even if you come back and you're thinking these people are good, to them, it's like they don't know you anymore, and you're like, what about forgiveness? What about this? What about that? They don't care. If you don't follow their dreams, or if you're not into the same things, these are just things that they look at as rivalry. So the narcissist will use people in a hive mind by studying the music, anything that they're into. There's nothing more powerful than love, and they love bomb you. Just like many places, they love bomb you. They try to talk to you about things that you are already aware of, and they study those things. So if you're like, talking about your third eye, you're talking about certain things, spirituality, about, your spiritual guides, and how you believe in God and how you believe in evil, all these things, the narcissist is just studying you. And then they're going to go out, get more information on those things. And they might even put on these videos, and they're like, let me put on these videos because this is the type of person I know you are. And then you're like, that person is into what I'm into. We must be soulmates. And then, the people around them are walking in, laughing, joking around. What are you weirdos doing? And you're thinking, there's nothing wrong with the picture, but the whole time, these people are filming you. They're studying everything right along with the narcissist playing their part. It's a hive mind. When they feel like the narcissist is actually really having fun with you, and they feel like the narcissist isn't spending enough time with us, they're not gossiping with us, it's a problem. And then you'll see the narcissist waking up, making phone calls, gossiping, or you'll see that they have to drive to their parents' house or their friend's house, or they have to do something where they have to talk and gossip with these people. And it's like a routine. And then they're like, they talk about those people like they really don't want to talk to them, or they really don't want to hear what they have to say. But they know it's a job in order to keep that relationship, with those people. So it gets to the point where, it's to you, it doesn't seem normal. It seems weird, that it just can't be peaceful. It's like why can't you, when you're there, you're just there. When you have time, you just have time. Why does it have to be almost like a ritual? And it's because it's a hive mind. And in order to stay in that hive mind, these people, just like the gossip, the narcissist has to keep up with that. They need to know what the celebrities are doing, so that when they come across people who are asleep, they can talk about those things, and then they'll talk to other people, and they're talking bad about those people. All those people are dumb. They're all into this show and that and this and that. And, I don't really care. I couldn't wait till I left, It's this hive mind where now they're talking to other friends about that other friend, trying to belittle that other friend, undermine that friend like they're smarter than them. And now that friend becomes the joke. And then the narcissist, to them, it's like, I'm trying to steal your friends. I'm trying to steal your life. I'm using, the data I'm collecting from the hive mind of the people around you. This is why when you're in a relationship with them, they a lot of times they might ask you questions, but a lot of empaths, they tell their story right away. Like, you start telling so much of yourself, you'll be the type of person to tell your whole story in one night. and then after the narcissist shares their story, you're like, oh, I love this person. I finally found someone like me. That's how the narcissist will make you feel, especially if you're naive. Once you already know, a lot of times you will look at that as a red flag too, like someone that just spends so much time invested in you like that. Like, it's not wrong to be invested in someone, but the way the narcissist does it, it's like they expect you to know them in such a short period of time. So when they start their drama, it's like they expect you to go along with it, and you'll be tormented by their change. And once they realize like you're not the same person, it's like, here we go again, and at first they might be patient, but eventually they start to get angry, and as their anger grows, it will grow to the point where they're talking bad about you to their family. They're doing the same thing to you that they're doing to others. They try to talk to you and befriend you. Once they know that you don't like gossiping, they start hating you because of that. Once you don't want to hear their drama, they hate you because of that. They feel like they can't relate to you anymore. And you'll feel like, I'm supposed to be best friends with my partner. We're supposed to be able to, of course, joke around, not take life seriously, but it's like your friend literally just gave you a nice gift, and then you just said something really evil. It's like really, and it's like, then they'll bring up, oh, you don't know what that person did to me. They did something to me. So whatever they're doing right now, I don't care. So it makes you feel like, dang, if I do something you don't like, does that give you an excuse to do something bad to me? And eventually they'll admit, yeah, you do something I don't like, I'm going to do it to you. And eventually the whole hive, everyone in their corner, everyone they're close to, and people that they claim they weren't close to, their baby moms, their side chicks, their ex-wives, their wives, whatever, whoever, which should be all, marriage, of course, is off limits, but these people will come out of nowhere. Even people who might be married and they actually know what the narcissist is doing. And you're like, your husband, you're like, your husband's cheating on you. You're thinking like, this person didn't tell me I'm married. They're married, right? You're basically trying to make people see the narcissist made me do things I'm not proud of, but the narcissist is like, the joke's on you. I didn't make you do anything. But you're like, psychologically you did. It's a hive mind because the wife already knows, and you're saying things, you're exposing, and what's pissing them off is just you saying those things, but they already know. So be careful, because these people, you guys, you're thinking you're doing them a favor, and just saying too much gives them a reason to come for you as a hive mind. So it's just best to leave that beehive alone. Don't go up there thinking you're Tarzan and you're over there trying to cut up, and then they come and cut you up. Just leave them alone. But I hope that this message, you guys, was helpful. This is just something that I realized in my situation. When you're crying out for help and you're wondering, you're telling this person, what did I do? Like, where they just flip a switch. Like, they turn off the lights, turn on the lights, and they have this other look on their face, and it's unfamiliar. It's like an unfamiliar face where their face doesn't even look like them, because it's like, who is this man's? Who brought him here? Like, who is this person? And then, in every situation that I've seen is that when it gets worse, or where they, pretend like, okay, now I'm bringing you around my family and friends, and maybe you hadn't been around them in a while. If you hadn't been around them in a while, you don't know the drama. And sometimes people from the past are meeting up with the narcissist family and friends, and Now the narcissist is like, they're making you the bad person, and now that person feels like relatable to the narcissist because they might have known them longer. So the narcissist is constantly playing games, and then those people are playing games with them too. And this is why a lot of times when they get got, they come back, and sometimes they don't because they're embarrassed, so I hope that this message, you guys, was helpful. Be careful with the hive mind, because they will catch you slipping, and then you'll think to yourself, it's like being kidnapped and you're crying and pleading, and that person's like, I don't care that you're crying. Who the hell do you think I am? Mary Poppins? Like, no, get in the car. Oh, you're crying? I don't care that you're crying. Oh, you think because I look like this, whatever you're looking at, that's not who I am. Whatever you think I am, that's not who I am. Say something one more time, you're going to piss me off. And then you're crying, thinking like it's supposed to, people supposed to show you remorse. And they're like, no, either get out of my way, or this is what's going to happen. If you try to get me, I'm just going to keep coming back, and you're going to make it worse on yourself. In that hive mind, these people will use people, to get to you, and if they can't, they'll use the people around you to get to you. They'll destroy people's perception of you. They'll destroy the frequencies in your life so that the people around you will reject you. And now they, the narcissist and their clan, their hive mind, they don't have to destroy you, because the people you were born with, that hive, will get to you. So if you guys want to book a session with me, my booking information is on the description. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe if you guys are new to my podcast and you guys enjoyed podcasts like these. And as always, I'm sending you guys love, light, peace, and your healing. Talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.